Hey everyone,
Hiya,
Peppy Minx here, joined with Epic,
hiya again.
and welcome to Reddy Linx's Choose Your Own Adventure livestream Christmas special with Choose Your Own Nightmare, the Toy Shop of Terror. For those of you who are new to the series, basically me and the guests will try to get one good ending in these Choose Your Own Adventure books with 3 lives. So if we get 2 bad endings, then that's okay. But the third ending we get, that's it. So, I chose this Choose Your Own Nightmare book because in the Give Yourself Goosebumps series, there's no Christmas books. There's Halloween books, but there's no Christmas books. So I went with Choose Your Own Nightmare, the Toy Shop of Terror, because it seemed Christmassy. And I don't see a Beware page, so I guess I'm gonna have to read the back of the book to show what it means.
Hmm,
I mean, to show what we're getting into. All
sure.
right. Rebel Elves. A new toy store has set up shop in your town, just in time for Christmas. Cool, huh? You ought to be able to score some great presents. Except that you have a funny feeling about this place. For starters, the store appears almost overnight. The staff is hopeful, but a little weird. They look and dress like, well, elves. And it's creepy. It creeps you out. And the toys the shop sells don't seem safe. You have a sneaking suspicion those toy makers are up to no good. Will Christmas be calm and bright, or will your stocking be stuffed with fright? Control your fate before it's too late. What happens in this book? You make all the choices. You decide how long your nightmare will last. Choose from more than 10 terrifying endings if you dare to.
Mm-hmm.
So, it looks like we're encountering staff who are dressed like So it looks like a toy shop that's run by Christmas fanatics.
Yeah, in a nutshell, probably, yeah.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I read that from the back of the book.
I see.
Just so you guys are aware, I'm using Internet Archive for this book, so yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah, I'm ready. Sure.
without further ado, so grab your favorite flavor of candy canes and let's get right into this book.
Sure.
Just give me a second. All right. Page 1. A crisp breeze whips around the schoolyard, sending wayward leaves into little whirlpools. You pull up your jacket zipper and glance at the gray sky. Think it's going to snow? You ask your best friend Evan Tomchin. I'm freezing. Evan sinks his hands deeper into his pockets. He's wearing only a jean jacket with a patch that says Munch On. Stitched to the right shoulder, he has it buttoned up to his neck. Alright, I'm gonna get this. I thought it was. I thought it was. I would have worn my down parka. He stomps his feet on the sidewalk. The two of you hurry down Elm Street again. Elm Street? Nightmare on Elm Street now? Gosh. I did not put that. I did not say that. It's actually in the book.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Nightmare
Okay.
on Elm Street kind of reference?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. Alright, serious now. The two of you hurry down Elm Street against a frigid wind. Elm Street used to be a lot lined with giant elms, but 20 years ago the trees all died of Dutch elm disease. The Bear Street provides no protection from the icy air. Evan points down Peel Street.
Let's take Peel to Maple and then cut down to our houses.
he suggests.
There must be as much wind.
I'm right behind you, you answer. Evan pushes you in front of him,
No, I'm right behind you.
he says.
You make the perfect shield against the wind.
Turn to the next page. You spin and get behind him. You're the one with the fat head, you reply. You could block out the sun with that forehead,
Very funny.
Evan sneers. His head isn't really big. Considering his size, he's a good 6 inches taller than everyone else in your class. You like having the biggest kid as your best friend. It makes you feel safe. Come on, I'm turning into an icicle, you say. The two of you tromp 4 blocks down Peel and turn right up Maple. Maple Street runs through the business district of Freeville. But at this time of day, the street is usually deserted. That's why you're so surprised when you look down the street and see a huge crowd forming at the corner of Mission and Maple. You nudge Evan. Hey, what's going on up there?
Looks like a line for Santa Claus at the mall.
He replies.
It's the week before Thanksgiving.
You and Evan walk toward the crowd. When you see what everyone is gathering around, you stop dead in your tracks. Go to page 3. Just ahead, the upper branches of Freeville's famous Camperdown Maple are lit up like a Christmas tree. But it's what's below the lights that really shocks you. A low building that looks like a castle has been constructed around the bottom half of the tree. People are laughing and milling all around it. The Camperdown Maple is the oldest and largest tree in the town. With a 215-inch trunk circumference, it stood at the corner of Maple and Mission in front of the old church. As long as everyone can remember, everyone wondered what would happen if the Camperdown Maple when the church closed last year. Now you see what happened to it, and you're not pleased. Or are you?
Ugh.
Evan says. Turn to page 4. You're not so sure. The top of the tree is covered with lights, and the trunk is almost completely enclosed by one of the most marvelous buildings you've ever seen. The building is decorated with spinning wheels and electric trains circling each floor. I think it's a castle, you whisper in awe.
And look what it's made of.
Evan responds. The castle is made of rock candy. The huge gingerbread drawbridge, dozens of people are hurrying back and forth across the bridge, with arms full of most spectacular toys you've ever seen. How did they build this so fast? You ask. I mean, nothing was here last week,
Pretty cool, huh?
Evan replies. He doesn't seem to care how long it took to build the castle. He just wants to check out the toys.
Let's go.
He calls, dashing to the drawbridge. Flip to page 29. So looks like we're dealing with a building that's just appeared overnight, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And just so our friend is Evan Tomchin.
Mm-hmm.
Last Tomchin. All
Okay.
right. Anyways,
Sure.
page 29. You hang back. You're pretty upset that the town has left the Camperdown Maple being closed by a building. It's your favorite tree, and now you can't see or enjoy it. The majestic maple has been turned into a silly toy. Its great spreading limbs now look more like an amusement park that one of Freeville's natural wonders. And now could a building this large go up in 1 week? Out of principle, you want to boycott the tree castle, but it looks so cool. Alright, we're given our first choice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go in or stand by your principle?
Uh,
So I
stand
guess
by
it's saying
a
we either enter the toy shop or try and boycott it.
uh, enter it. I think. I think that's probably the bestest one.
I get our protagonist is very invested in a tree that used to be there.
True.
Is our protagonist like a tree surgeon or something?
Okay, I see.
That's like someone who like looks on trees. I don't really know the job, but I just know it exists.
I see. Okay.
But I just couldn't imagine being too invested in a tree. I mean, I would get it if it's like part of the town's history, but still, it's just a friggin' tree.
Okay.
I say we just go in.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I would be skeptical about it being built so fast,
Okay.
but oh, come on, it's literally inviting us in.
Yeah, true.
All right, we're going in. All right. You run to catch up to Evan. He's already halfway across the drawbridge. You push and shove your way around the crush of people. It's a good thing you're thin and small. You sure you want to eat this? You ask Evan. As he stoops over to take a bite of the drawbridge, your feet squish into a spongy gingerbread. Sure, Evan answers, his mouth full. Why not? Well, people have been walking on it, you say. It's disgusting. Evan shrugs. I've eaten worse. You look around and see that everyone else is eating the gingerbread too. You and Evan head into the castle. The smell of sugar and ginger is everywhere. This smells better than any bakery, you exclaim. At the door, you are greeted by a man with pointy ears who is wearing a green smock, feathered cap, and red shoes that curl up. Alright, let me think. Alright.
Welcome, welcome. We have the finest handmade toys available. Come in and enjoy.
Could you hear that? Just
Yeah, I
asking.
can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, I have to physically pinch my nose to make that voice.
Yeah. I mean, if you, what's it? How it says? If you don't want to do that, I mean, you can do something
No, no,
else.
no. I gotta.
Sure.
I want to make it look realistic.
Okay, sure, that makes sense.
I did
Okay,
the
sure.
same with Shop to Drop Dead, like with Reggie Mayfield.
Uh-huh. Okay, sure.
All right.
Sure.
You and Evan smile and enter.
He looks like an elf.
Evan jokes. Hurry to page 80. Yeah, your stomach rumbles. Santa's elves must have been setting up franchises. Your eyes drink up the incredibly delicious looking castle. You want some candy and gingerbread now, but you're nervous about eating unwrapped candy. Your mom's voice in the back of your head keeps repeating itself.
Don't take unwrapped candy from anyone. You never know what's in it.
You try to distract yourself by looking at all the amazing toys, spinning and hopping and skipping and flying around the room. Music fills the air. Bang, bang, bang. Startled, you turn and see a 6 foot high clown banging a little drum. It's the biggest wind up clown you've ever seen, and it stops right in front of you. You're surprised at how real it looks. You turn the key in its back and wind the clown up again. It goes off across the floor, banging its drum. You shake your head in disbelief. That clown felt like a real person, you exclaimed to Evan. But Evan's not behind you. He's gone off to look at a mountain of teddy bears. Investigate more on page 14. This is some toy terror batteries included kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
You weren't there at that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, true.
Anyways. Next, the tinny strains of Pop Goes the Weasel catch your attention. You see a giant, colorful, grinning Jack-in-the-Box popping up and surprising people. It springs up wildly back and forth. You duck as its arms sweep above your head. You could have sworn the Jack was throwing a left hook. A crowd forms when the Jack-in-the-Box waves and says, "Howdy do?" Then the Jack bounces back into its box. You frown. Even something is not right about this Jack. For one thing, it's too big, and it has a wicked punch. You wait to see it pop out again as the crowd turns away. To your surprise, the top of the box cracks open just a few inches. Then the Jack's hand slowly slips out. The hand reaches into a woman's purse. She doesn't notice, and instead, she's distracted by a giant rubber acrobat stretching across the length of the castle. Better check out page 69. Is that Jack reaching in the woman's purse for cash? Well, let's find out. Without thinking, you grab the Jack's hand and pull it out of the purse. Gripped tight in its fist is the woman's wallet. You shake the wallet free, it falls to the floor. Just then the woman turns and sees her wallet at your feet.
Help!
She screams above the dim toys and tunes.
I'm being robbed!
But, you stammer. I wasn't. Quickly, you realize you won't be able to explain. How can you convince anyone that the Jack-in-the-Box is a pickpocket? You turn and dash through the crowd, and you think you're heading for the drawbridge. But you get turned around and end up in front of the two identical mirrored doors. The door on the right has the word right painted on it. The door on the left shows the word left. You glance over your shoulder and see the woman pointing at you. You have to act fast, but which door should you go through? Should you go through?
Mm-hmm.
Left or right? Alright,
Huh.
that's a choice. Go into the left door or go into the right door.
Right, because the right door is the right door with the right path. It's hard to make sense.
So we should go right first.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we'll go right first. If this is wrong, we'll still have 2 lives left. 36. Behind the right door, you find an escalator going up. It's painted all the colors of the rainbow. You step up, suddenly whistles scream, bells clang, and all sorts of colored lights begin to flash. You can't see where the moving stars end. You just rise up and up. You ride and ride and ride. You seem to go on forever. Finally, you reach the top. As you step off, you can't see where you're walking. It's totally dark and quiet. Suddenly, the silence is broken by an eerily laugh. It sounds like something you'd hear in a funhouse. Before you can get your bearings, the floor disappears from under you. You're falling. With a thump, you bounce on some sort of soft, cushioned mat and roll toward the spinning wheel that looks like something a hypnotist would use to put you under. You can't take your eyes off the wheel. The blues, pinks, yellows, greens, and reds seem to be pulling you in. Something in the back of your brain tells you to look away. You struggle to avert your gaze. Turn to page 15. You duck your head, and the spell of the colors breaks. You begin sliding down a chute and land in a big pit of balls right beside the place where you opened the door. Evan has joined a crowd watching a huge black stuffed spider shoot a thread up toward the ceiling. We wave to get Evan's attention, and he comes over. You've got to try this ride, you say, leading him to the mirrored door on the right.
What ride?
Evan says. Go through the right door and up the escalator. I'll wait for you here, you tell him. Evan shrugs and follows your instructions. He can't wait to see his face when he lands in the ball pit. You wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, still no Evan. 15 minutes, half an hour, you panic. You've got to do something. Maybe he came out in another place and went home. Maybe he's stuck. We're given three choices now.
Uh-huh.
We're given three choices. Go to
Uh-huh.
Evan's house, look for help, or take the ride again.
Yeah. Go
So
to Evan's house and take.
Evan went into the same door we went into, but half an hour later he hasn't returned like we did.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
we either go to his house, get help, or go through it again.
I think go to his house, I think. That's just me personally, but I think we
Why
should.
would I don't wonder why would he return to his house? We've
Hmm.
been through this thing, but so wait, let's run back what we went through when we went into the right door.
Uh-huh.
So we went up an escalator that went on
Uh-huh.
for like forever,
Uh-huh.
and when we finally got off, we fell through the floor and into a ball pit.
Yeah.
And then we had like a wheel with it was like a hypnotist wheel, and we managed to break free from the thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
we just appeared right back to the toy store.
Hey, what if it's still mind controlling us though? I
Wait, no,
mean,
we slide down a chute into a big pit
oh,
of
okay.
balls.
Oh, okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Uh, uh, hmm.
And
Hmm.
Evan has it, and Evan didn't appear back there.
Okay. I'm
I would
debating if we
personally
should do.
just make sure, like
Yeah,
go through it
true.
again.
Okay, yeah, sure, sure.
All right, we'll take the ride again. If it's wrong, we'll see if we can get to Evan's house.
Sure.
All right, page 86. Without hesitation, you open the left door again and right the left door. We went to the right door. Whatever. You open the left door again and ride the escalator up into the darkness. The top At the top, you bump into someone standing in the shadows.
Hey,
The person shouts. Evan, you say, grabbing his shirt. It's me. What are you doing?
I hate dark places.
He explains.
And this ride is way too scary. I want to go back down.
He tries to push you aside to climb back down the escalator the wrong way. You can't go back, you reply.
Why can't they turn on some lights?
He complains. Follow me, you say as you step forward. We'll go down the chute together. Suddenly, the quiet is broken. Close your eyes, you yell as the crazy, multicolored spinning wheel comes into view. You glide down the twisting chute. Evan is screaming behind you. The panic in his voice is real. But you're laughing anyway. You love crazy rides like this. You know you'll want to do it again when you reach the end. Or will you? Turn to page 27. But the chute seems longer than last time. You keep sliding down and down. You expect at any moment to burst through the end into the ball pit, but you don't. You fall for hours and hours. The darkness and the heat are intense. You start to sweat, then the temperature begins to cool down. You start getting a chill as you and Evan continue to fall. You get colder and colder, until you finally slide out into a giant pile of snow. Snow! You shriek. It isn't snowing in Freeville,
Where are we?
Evan screams pathetically. Find out on page 49. Are we in the North Pole? That's... In front of you stands a tiny red brick cottage. A small curl of smoke drifts out of the chimney. The cottage door opens, and a smiling little old lady hurries out.
Oh my,
She exclaims, helping you up.
you must be cold. Let's get you inside.
She leads you and Evan into the cottage and hands you each a steaming cup of hot chocolate. Where are we? You blurt out as you warm your hands on your cup. The old lady smiles. For the first time, you get a good look at her. She looks kind of familiar. Sweet, but she seems a little nervous. She's dressed in a red velvet dress with white fur trim.
Why, you're at the North Pole, of course.
She says, clapping her hands. Yeah, right, you answer sarcastically. And you're Mrs. Claus? Turn to page 67. I mean, 76. 77. 67.
Oh, yes.
She replies jovially.
I thought you'd never guess.
Just then you hear a big booming voice singing. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The front door bursts open, and a large round man, also dressed in red velvet and white fur trim, is standing on the doorstep. He gives you a hearty laugh, but his eyes are impatient. Why aren't they in the factory? He shouts.
I was just sending them over, Chris.
Mrs. Claus stammers. Well, hop to it, he growls. We've got a schedule to keep, and the elves have been dropping like flies.
This way.
Mrs. Claus commands. She takes your unfinished cups of hot chocolate away and hurriedly stacks them into the sink. Then she motions you to follow her. We're going back outside? You ask. Mrs. Claus bites her lip.
You won't be outside for long.
You and Evan follow her to a large hall where dozens of kids are hard at work making toys. She leads you to a work table and teaches you how to assemble wooden trains. Page 82. Oh my gosh, what's going on? You ask the kid at the table next to you.
Don't you get it?
She says unhappily.
Santa isn't the jolly fella you met at the mall. He's a tyrant, and we're his slaves.
Slaves? You repeat.
We're taking the place of elves.
She explains.
Most of them were working until they dropped dead. Now we're their replacements.
The end.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, what? What?
What?
Bro, what?
We disappeared in the North Pole, and Santa is a tyrant, and he enslaves children to replace his elves after they dropped dead from work.
Nah!
That's an even more random ending than Goosebumps, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, true.
How did we even appear in the North Pole in the first place?
Agreed, but then why is Santa or like some kind of like enslaver or something? Well, I wouldn't say enslaver, but like why is he
A
like
tyrant?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna put that as a bad ending. I'm gonna
Sure.
type that
Oh yeah, do we know
to.
how many good endings are actually in this book? Like 2?
It
Because
said somewhere around 10
okay,
total.
so
It didn't say how many. It didn't say how many good or bad
yeah,
endings there were.
yeah, because I'm assuming it's like 8 endings are bad and like 2 endings are good, but that depends. I don't know.
All right, I gotta find that page. We were just. Wait, I gotta find that page or The that page we were like at 3 choices. I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. It was a choice was 3. All right, here we are. It was page 15. This was back when we were panicking when Evan didn't come back after we told him to get on the ride. So it's either go to his house or look for help.
Uh-huh.
So we're back to the 3 choices. We could either go to Evan's house or look for help.
Okay. Look for help, I guess.
Alright. Hope this is right. Look for help. You spot one of the castle's elves sitting at a raised desk. He looks as if he's the store manager. He's really busy, but you interrupt him anyway. Excuse me, you shout. The elf peers down over his high desk at you. He has the ugliest nose you've ever seen. It's huge, a giant wart sprouts from the end, with 2 black hairs growing out of its tip. Yeah, he replies gruffly. You shrink back. This guy doesn't look very friendly. You're not so sure or you want his help. Alright, we're given two we're given the choice of 2 this time.
Okay.
Try someone else or persist.
Um, try someone else and
I
um,
mean,
try
can we
some.
really we can't really I mean, just because this guy has an ugly nose and I mean, he's probably just tired of work.
Uh,
Even though he looks ugly and he sounds gruffly, but is that really a way to judge someone? That's just
yeah,
me.
true.
I mean, what do you think? Should we try someone else
Um,
or persist?
uh, I think let's go persist maybe.
All right, we're gonna persist first. If this is wrong, we'll have 1 life left.
Sure.
All right, persist. Page 26. Uh, I think my friend is stuck in that ride over there. You point toward the door across the room. Hmm? The elf nods knowingly.
I'll see what I can do.
He pulls a gold cord hanging behind him, and the bell rings. Before you can blink, another elf pops up beside you. He salutes. Yes, sir?
This customer,
Pronto. The manager goes back to his work. I'm Gumbo, the elf says cheerfully. You explain your problem. Gumbo nods. Follow me. He pauses. But first, but first, put this on. He hands you some army figures. Wait, army fatigues. It's kind of dirty where we're going. You'll want to protect your clothes. Okay, you tell him, accepting the fatigues. I don't know how to say that. You put them on. Gumbo leads you to a back room full of green, red, and blue vats. You're brimming with a gelatin-like substance. Yuck, you say, pointing to the vats. It'd be really gross to fall in one of those. It happens, Gumbo replies. More often than you could imagine, he adds ominously. Go to page 40. We dye life-size action figures in these vats, Gumbo tells you. We're the only store that sells them. For some reason, Gumbo's response makes you nervous. All you want is to find Evan. Evan's not back here, you protest. He's stuck in that ride on the main floor. This is a shortcut, Gumbo explains. If he's stuck, we can reach him more easily from here. He leads you up a flight of stairs and across the catwalk over the vats. You hold on tightly to the railing. Gumbo waves you over to a tiny door at the end of the catwalk. The two of you crawl through. You find yourself near the middle of the giant chute. Evan? You call.
Help me!
Evan responds faintly. You crawl up the chute toward Evan's voice. Gumbo follows you. We're coming, you say, reassuring. Awkwardly gripping the sides of the chute, it takes about 10 minutes, but you finally see Evan hanging from the rafters above a huge hole in the chute's floor. Find out why on page 70. The chute is broken, you gasp. You move toward Evan and grab his arm. But just as you do, Gumbo gives you a hard push. You scramble to catch your balance, but instead you fall through the hole in the chute, dragging Evan with you. That's when you notice that it isn't a hole at all. It's a trapdoor. The trapdoor is right over a vat of green gunk. You and Evan struggle to stay afloat, but the green gelatin pulls you further and further down until you can no longer breathe. The green gunk covers your entire body. You're smothered. After about an hour, Gumbo pulls you and Evan from the vat. He poses you in action positions and expertly wraps your hands toward two toy guns. Within seconds, your bodies take on the hardness of plastic. You and Evan are now part of a life-size collection of figurines that a retired general has ordered for his grandson's Christmas present. The general has insisted the toys be lifelike, and they couldn't be any more lifelike than you and Evan. Except if you were still alive. The end. So,
Nah.
we and Evan get turned into lifelike soldier action figures.
Basically. Now what?
This is just getting more random over the second.
True.
Like, we never had a one life left in a while.
Yeah, true.
Like this fast, I mean.
I mean, I think it's been like 2 months, I believe. I don't know though.
All I can remember is Trapped in the Circus of Fear, the
Yeah.
first ever episode of this.
Yeah, true.
Alright. Now I gotta find that page we were on.
I think I
Was
know. I think we had one life. Maybe like 10 episodes back, but I'm not sure though. But still, it's been a long
by
time.
what I mean by one life is one life this early.
Yeah, true.
Alright, wait. Here's what we could do. We can either so we can hop back to the ugly elf manager. We can either decide to try someone else for help or go to Evan's house.
Huh. Uh. Hmm. Try and get someone else to help.
All right, well, we'll try. Let's try that.
Sure.
Page 7. Never mind, you say sheepishly. As you stare up at the ugly elf, you turn and head back toward the ball pit. But on the way, you decide to bag it. Evan can find his way home. Evan can find his own way home. You're tired of all this kid stuff. 4 weeks later, it's Christmas morning. Excited, you hurry for the living room. Mom, Dad, you call. Hurry up! Once your mom and dad sit down with their coffee, you tear into your presents. The first one's from Grandma. Flannel pajamas with feet. She still thinks you're 3 years old. Next is a large package from your mom and dad. You're very excited. You can tell this is your big present. As you tear it open, you scream in delight. It's the mountain bike kit you've been asking for. I can't believe you got me this, you shout. As you run into the garage to get your toolkit, your parents just laugh as they watch you pull the bike together. Put the bike together. It takes longer than you expect, but in 3 hours, the bike is finally ready for a road test. You push it toward the front door. You want to ride over to Evan's house first. Go to Evan's on page 79. On your way over to Evan's, you notice the doll walking stiff-legged along the sidewalk with what that looks like a child's dress in its mouth. Its blue eyes are spinning in opposite directions, and an eerie growl rumbles from its throat. The doll is totally weird, but not as weird as what you see in the middle of the next block. At the bottom of someone's driveway, a kid is stretched out on his back while a large remote control car runs back and forth over him. You shake your head in disbelief. To be killed by a remote control car you get for Christmas? That's brutal. Truly brutal. In the next block you turn up Evan's driveway and skid a cool fishtail. You dash up to the front door and ring the bell. A few seconds pass and the front door explodes. Kaboom! You're thrown off the front stoop by the explosion. A blood-curdling scream brings you back to your senses. Evan, dressed in some kind of spacesuit, comes leaping through the smoking doorway. He aims some sort of laser gun at you. What do you do? Heard at page 22. Reflexively, you roll to the right, and it's a good thing you do, because the spot where you were just laying is now a gaping hole. Without thinking, you leap up and dive toward Evan. He's much larger than you, but you catch him at the knees and knock him off the balance. And he's falling. You rip off his goggles and helmet and pin your elbow into his throat. Ah! Evan gurgles. He struggles for a second, then goes limp. He drops the laser gun and raises his hands over his head in submission. What's gotten into you? You scream. Evan takes 2 deep breaths. I don't know. I just put on the spacesuit and I went crazy.
Evan?
His mom says sharply from the doorway. Her left arm is bleeding.
What has gotten into you?
Evan turns toward her.
I don't know, Mom.
He says apologetically.
It's like the spacesuit took control of me when I put the helmet on. Obviously, it's not a toy.
Mrs. Tompkins says.
I'll return it first thing tomorrow.
Is this a good idea? Or give it a choice, if we think that's a good idea or not.
Okay. Wait,
To
what's the
return
idea?
the spacesuit?
Oh yeah, the spacesuit. Yeah. Okay.
Is it a good idea to return it or not?
Hmm. I mean, if we don't return it, we're obviously gonna get in trouble. But if we do return it, we can also get in trouble. So like,
It's clearly a mind control device.
yeah. Come on. Wait, what if we
It's
steal
a
it and we
good
like put it on whoever the evil guy is or whatever? I mean,
Yeah.
we could. It's possible. It's possible.
Alright, let's return it. Okay. Both you and Evan nod in complete agreement. The next day, Mrs. Tomchin returns the virtual reality suit to the elves' toy castle and discovers that the toy has been closed down. Apparently, all the toys sold at the store were made to hurt people. Nearly a third of Freeville was massacred around the Christmas tree the day before. all over town, people are trying to pick up the pieces and understand what happened. You thank your lucky stars that you told your parents you were too old for toys. If only they were that were true, you think, as you watch a 6-year-old playing jacks by herself on the sidewalk in front of your house. You sat down beside her and challenged her to a game of three C's. The end. So,
huh.
so this is kind of confusing. So we, so Mrs. Thompson discovered what's been going on, and did we, did we stop it, or 'cause
I mean, so it's like a neutral ending, right? Like, did
it just
we? I mean,
um um I don't really know. I'm just
okay,
gonna
so
say
neutral ending. So we didn't win, but we didn't lose. But how would that make sense, though? So like, I mean, okay, so Mrs. Tompkins found out what was going on, but then we get
clearly the
we
elves didn't get away with it.
yeah, true. So it's a good ending, but then at the same time, what happened to us? I heard something about a game of like
We played jacks with a 6-year-old girl at the end of our driveway.
I mean, I would say that's a good ending, but then
I think this is a first timer that we have this.
yeah, it's like a neutral ending, so it's not good, but it's not
No,
bad either.
like this.
Oh,
No
no.
contest.
Okay, so that basically just
Meaning
means
that that's gonna pop up if we get a neutral ending for our last ending.
okay, sure.
So this is the first time we got this.
Okay, that's interesting. It took us like what 4 books.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas special for the Toy Shop of Terror. I have to say this was pretty bad for, but it was honestly the only thing I could find for a Christmas special.
Fair enough.
Anyways, next time on the 28th of December, we're back on Give Yourself Goosebumps with Scary Birthday to You, which will be my birthday special.
Hmm?
And then after that, we'll be back on the normal series with Elevator to Nowhere. I can't wait for your Scary Birthday to You, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you when that day comes. Goodbye, and Merry Christmas,
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
and Happy Holidays,
Yeah, I agree.
and
Happy
a
holidays.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.